Good morning, good evening, Botches. Frank neighborhood Jarrell Pyro Johnson speaking. And today's video is very important because there's a question that I get, the number one question that I get versus everything I do in my life. There's one question that I always get. And I'm going to give you guys a chance to figure out what that question is. Don't worry, I'll wait. Let's wait a second. Put a comment below or message me and let me know what you think that question is. Okay, time's up. The number one question I get is pertaining to fitness. It's always, how did I get so fit and Black Panther ready? How did I get superhero ready when it comes to fitness? And the thing is literally, I've been training for some time. I train every day like I am preparing to go to war. My mindset is action figure. I'm trying to be a superhero every day of my life. So when I got the call to be in Black Panther, all I did was up it just a little bit more. And on this video, I'll let you know exactly what I did. So by now, if you don't know, I'm a very simplistic person when it comes to explaining things. I try to make a Yao Ming story, Gary Coleman, every time. So what one YouTube video would say about fitness and about eating and health, I'll try to minimize it to be so little where it could be a dummy book. I want to break it down to stupid dummy terms so a little child can understand. And honestly, I'll break it down in parts. The most important thing I did to become, I was like between 60 pounds heavier before I started fitness. And the thing that I take away mainly was, I tell people it started with a cup of coffee. The caffeine in the coffee helped stimulate in my brain as well as my metabolism. And this is straight black coffee. This is no additives, no sugars, no creams. I call sugar and cream cheats. So on the road to fitness, you cannot cheat. And for me, one of the main ways of cheating is adding sugar and milk and additives to coffee. It was a straight black coffee. That was the way it started. After I got that down, I worked on, I look at Terry Crews as an inspiration to weight loss and fitness. And as I get more into this journey, I realize I'm starting to look more and more like him when it comes to size and strength. And what he did is he did intermittent fasting. That was my key. I do a little extreme version of intermittent fasting called OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. However, I started with regular intermittent fasting. That was eating 2 meals a day. So what I would do is either I would skip breakfast or I would skip dinner. And I would start my day, say 8 or 9. I wouldn't eat my first meal until 12, and then I'll finish by 6. So between that window, I would make eating maybe at 12 and then eating at 4. And then I wouldn't eat again all the way until the next day at 12. And I did this constantly. As that enhanced and as I got used to it, I changed it because I wanted to see better results. So I saw results, but I wanted to see enhanced results. So I skipped it to 1 meal a day. And what that was doing is I was only eating at 6 to 7. And I would eat about 2,000 calories in that hour. And that would count as my 1 meal a day. And I would eat that every day at 6 o'clock. In by 7, 6 o'clock, in by 7. Throughout the day, I would drink water. What helped a lot was lemon and a lot of apple cider vinegar mixed with water. That's why I call it apple cider water. I found a way to. It's weird. Don't sweat the details. But those were how I helped mitigate my hunger. Was a straight lemon and apple cider vinegar water and black coffee, because these all suppress my hunger. And then I would eat the 2,000 calories between 6 to 7 every day. And as I did that, I started to see results. This is even before I started working out and doing fitness. This was just eating, which is why it's very important to know that nutrition and health and what you put in your body is very important first. Remember, our bodies are temples, so we need to treat them like that. So whatever you put in your body is what you're going to give out. So I believe in put natural, and the more healthy stuff you put in your body, the more natural and healthy stuff you put into the world. You put negativities, additives, sugars, and milks, all this, less and less sends the value of what you put to the world. And that's how that works. That was my start. Second was fitness. Now, when it came to Black Panther, you know I'm a Jabari tribe member. But the thing is when I worked out as a Jabari tribe member, my goal was to be able to take on M'Baku. That was the goal. So I wanted to be bigger than M'Baku, and then after that, I wanted to go for the role. I have the mantle. I wanted to be the next Black Panther. So I trained to be the next Black Panther. So constantly, I'm in the gym pushing weights. Now, this is what separated the boys from the men. So when I got into fitness, into the workout setting, it was very important that I didn't do no pre-workout, because I always worked out on a fasted state. So if I was eating at 6 to 7, I would try to work out at 10 or 11. I would try to work out between that. For optimal results, I would try to work out at 4. So by the time I finish by 6, I can go into eating mode. So then I can put the weight back into my muscles. And then we started every day. And I would say working out like 2 hours. I would hit the treadmill an hour, and then I would do all weights for another hour. So hour of that, and hour of that. And that was every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My Tuesdays and Thursdays was straight 2 hours. So I would go 4 to 6, and it would be straight cardio, mixed with a little bit of squats the last 30 minutes. So hour and a half would be cardio, 30 minutes. And that would be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, my Saturdays and Sundays, what I would do is I would only work out for 1 hour on Saturday and 1 hour on Sunday. You might want to go back. If I'm going too far, you can repeat. And that's how we did it. And this was every day. When it came to being prepared for the film, though, I just kept training. I'm talking like, I'm going to do a video. I am going to have a video coming on exactly the weights, but this is just the explanation course. This is the book before the workbook. I'm going to show you the workbook and certain stuff that I did. But as of now, this is what I did. I did curls. And what I do is I like to do the pyramid method, but the upside down pyramid. So I would go heavy to little. And then as I get to little, when I'm done with my little, I would just max out as much as I can. So say I would do 10 reps of heavy, then I would go 8 reps of heavy, then 6 reps of heavy, and then 4 reps of heavy, right? And then after I do my 4 reps, the last rep, I would just go in as much as I can. Like I say, 15 if I can. I'm just gonna go until I can't no more, until I'm tired. What also helped with that was creatine. I did a lot of creatine. I did about 10 grams a day. I did 40,000 IUs of D3. Vitamins are very important. I did my B12s, D3s, K2s. And I'm gonna do a video on that too, because I'm just trying to break it real simple for you guys first before I break into the part 2s and part 3s. So we did creatine, we did D3, we did K2, B12s, we did multivitamin, and we did omega-3s. Also, if you guys want tips specifically before I make that video, just write me a letter, or a letter. You can write a letter, but write a comment below, and I can individually message you back. But this is what I did. This was my road to success: was vitamins, nutrition, and fitness, and dedicating at least 2 hours a day to getting right and seeing an image. What I like to do is I did a vision board of Terry Crews, because that's where I looked up, and my goal was to look more and more like him. So find who you were trying to emulate, if it could be Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock, whoever, and use that as a vision board. And as you work out, your goal is to try to get to them. Sometimes we need visions. We need to see it before we can partake it. Before I drove before I had a Mercedes, I had to drive it. I had to envision it. I had to become a part of it. And then I started having a Mercedes. So it's the same thing. Treat the body you want like a Mercedes. Envision it, practice it, train it, and then see it, and then you can have it. So that's just the gist. To do a recap, I would say we started with black coffee, no additives, intermittent fasting, do whatever you want. I would say we did an 12-8. So 8-hour eating, 12 hours not eating, fasting 12 hours, eating 8 hours. And then as that went on, I did 1 hour, which is 1 meal a day, in that 1 hour. And then we did the vitamins, the B12s, the D3s, the K2s, the multivitamins, the omega-3s, the creatines. If you want to do some gluten, you can. It helps with recovery, but I don't really do that because I don't want to put too much in me. I want to be as natural as possible. And that's how we did it. And then as we did it, we just kept going every day, dedicating to it, and then the body started coming. Now, when it comes to becoming a Jabari warrior and doing some of the stuff, I mean, there's certain things you can like look up on YouTube. That's what I did to learn what kind of techniques, try to be a stunts as much as possible. And that's literally how I became who I became, which is one of the strongest Jabari warriors on film. And that's what I did. So hopefully this helped. I love you all at Play Cousins. Any questions, feel free to hit me below.